Hello everyone and welcome back to my Godzilla Kaiju tier list series, where today I am going to be continuing my tier list. As you can see, the Showa Kaiju have been ranked. So today, I'm going to be ranking the Heisei Kaiju. Now, the Heisei Kaiju, in general, are cooler than most of the Showa Kaiju, but also a lot less goofy. So, let's see where they all rank. First up, we have Biollante. Biollante has one of the most unique origins in the entire Godzilla franchise, and is also very cool. However, we didn't really see a lot of her. We saw one movie, whereas for most of the Showa Kaiju we got at least two, where they were the main focus of the movie. For example, Gigan appeared in two movies. Hedorah didn't appear in two movies, but yeah. Biollante also hasn't appeared since 1989, so I don't know. I don't think Biollante quite gets into S tier, but I think B tier works well for it. Okay, after that we have Heisei King Ghidorah. I didn't rank the Dorats because I don't care. Now, King Ghidorah. This is probably the most iconic version of King Ghidorah, I gotta say. It's not my favorite version of King Ghidorah, far from it, but it is powerful and does everything a Ghidorah needs to do. Well, except be a galactic threat. This thing is not a galaxy crossing warmonger like the other Ghidorahs. Well, I guess planet conquering would be more appropriate. Anyways, I'm getting way off topic. Let's just give Heisei Ghidorah A and move on. Then we have Mecha King Ghidorah. Mecha King Ghidorah, again, like Biollante, hasn't been seen since 91, but, well, in a movie at least, but I think it's a really cool concept. Its design is cool, it's pretty powerful, being able to take on Heisei Godzilla, and yeah, it's essentially just a robot version of the first Ghidorah. However, I think the original Heisei Ghidorah is slightly better than it. Obviously not enough to put Mecha King Ghidorah down a tier, like, he's still an A tier kaiju. I do slightly prefer Heisei King Ghidorah over Mecha King Ghidorah, though. Mecha King Ghidorah is more unique, but Heisei King Ghidorah is more iconic. So, it balances out again. Alright, then we have Showa Mothra Lava. Not Showa. Heisei Mothra Lava. There's so many of these damn things. Anyways, Heisei Mothra Lava. I think it's just as bad as Showa Mothra Lava. Anyways, Heisei Mothra. This is the only Mothra, to my knowledge, in the series that has a beam attack. I could be very wrong there. I think one of the Millennium ones might have a beam. I know certainly that Showa and Monsterverse Mothras don't have a beam, so I don't know. Yeah, Heisei Mothra has a beam, which instantly makes it more powerful than Showa Mothra. And it's one of the cleaner Mothras. The fact that she's able to take on and seal Godzilla away for a year is pretty powerful. Obviously, she meant to seal him away for eternity, but that didn't really work out. She managed to keep Godzilla trapped for a year, though, which is pretty impressive. So, I think Mothra deserves a B tier because of that. Not incredible, but pretty good. Then we have Batra Lava. Now, out of the moth larvae, the many of them that are in this franchise, I would say that Batra Lava is my favorite because it looks way cooler than the Mothra Lavas, which all look the same. Yeah, Batra Lava is, well, he has a lot more horns, he's a more dark color. Yeah, Batra is essentially just emo Mothra. And he's cool. Anyways, now we have Batra, Imago form. I'm gonna put Batra in A tier. I honestly want to see a MonsterVerse Batra because I really like the Batra concept. Also, Batra did a pretty good job in a 1v1 against Godzilla, which is pretty impressive considering he's a moth. So, I gotta give Batra an A tier because he had the balls to go up against Heisei Godzilla and did well. Obviously, he died by the end of his movie, but he's still cool. Also, he thinks that humans are the problem in the Earth, except other than Mothra, who thinks that humans aren't the problem with the Earth, which nowadays is more true than ever. So yeah, Batra based. Anyways, Heisei Rodan. Now I'm merging the fire form and the normal form. The normal form specifically is C tier. I really don't care about normal Heisei Rodan. It's just sleeker looking Showa Rodan, and that's about all it is. It's just a giant pteranodon. Fire form though is actually pretty cool. Like the uranium heat ray is very cool. However, and he can also, sacrifice himself to power up Godzilla. And he also sacrifices himself for Junior in a way. So yeah, I'd say that Heisei Rodan, while not incredible, he's pretty decent. So I think B tier for a combination of normal and fire Rodan is fair. And that's probably the highest tier Rodan's going to get for a while. Then we have Heisei Mechagodzilla, which is going straight to A tier. It is powerful and almost killed Godzilla. Would have killed Godzilla if Rodan didn't step in. And has not quite as many weapons as Showa, but his weapons are also very powerful and gave Heisei Godzilla a pretty big beating. Alright, then we have Baby Godzilla. Now again, this is sort of a Baragon situation because the only thing about this guy is he's cute. He is the weakest kaiju on this list. Even 98 Zilla would kill him in one bite because he's 6 feet tall, well, 1.8 meters. He is as tall as a human. Literally everything on this list would murder him in one hit. But he's cute, and I like his design, so he's going into C tier. I'm not putting him in the same tier as Manila. I'm not giving him that insult. Then we have Space Godzilla. Now, you'd think that I'd put Space Godzilla in S because he's one of my favorite kaiju, and his name starts with S. Well, you'd be wrong. He's high A. He's high A tier. He isn't quite S tier. Also, that was very bad. I apologize. Space Godzilla is, yes, one of my favorite kaiju. So he's probably the top of A tier currently. And he's pretty powerful, being able to stand up well against Godzilla and Moguera working together. However, he's dead about as quickly as Mechagodzilla, so he's definitely more powerful than Mechagodzilla because he killed Moguera when Moguera and Godzilla were working together. But I wouldn't say he's S tier. I think he just misses out on S tier. Alright, then we have Little Godzilla from the movie with Space Godzilla. This thing is the cutest baby Godzilla in the entire franchise, and just because of that, I'm putting him in B tier. He is the weakest. He is so weak, but he is very cute, and the little atomic bubbles instead of an atomic breath is the most adorable thing ever. And I just want to give him a hug. Sorry, I got distracted there. Anyways, next up we have Destoroyah. Now, Destoroyah is getting the first and probably only for a while S tier. He has an incredible design, he is incredibly powerful, and his movie is a great tie-off to the Godzilla franchise as a whole. Destoroyah kills Godzilla's son, marking the only time in the entire franchise of movies where a kaiju manages to kill a Godzilla. And, it stays dead for more than 10 seconds. Also, he kills, I suppose, in quotation marks, Burning Godzilla. But even if you don't count that as a kill, he certainly fought Burning Godzilla, and he did very well. considering that Burning Godzilla was so powerful that even Godzilla himself couldn't handle it. So yeah, Destoroyah, very powerful, very cool, good message. Well, not good message, like a good tie-up to the series. In my personal opinion, this is where it should have stopped. Destoroyah and all that, this is where it should have stopped. But then the Zillas came along. I'm ranking them in this video too. Okay, next up we have Godzilla Jr. I'm going to put him in B tier as well. He's a lot more powerful than Little Godzilla, but he's also a lot less cute. And he has a fully formed atomic breath. He did fight well against some of the weaker forms of Destoroyah, but the fully formed Destoroyah broke his neck with one hand, so obviously not breaking any power records, but he is still pretty cool. And then we have Heisei Godzilla. Well, I guess with Burning Godzilla intertwined as well. And I gotta say, Heisei Godzilla is an S tier kaiju. I know I said I wasn't gonna give an S tier for a while, but he really deserves it. He is the most iconic Godzilla. He is Toho's main man. He is Toho's, I guess, logo. Obviously not Toho's logo, but he is the one. When people think about Toho, they think about this Godzilla specifically. Or Shin Godzilla if you looked at the 65th anniversary thing, which is weird. Anyway, Heisei Godzilla is incredibly powerful, has a really good design, and the end to his movie run, I guess, where he sacrifices himself to save the world and his son, is incredible. I gotta give him the S tier. Then we have Zilla. Now, Zilla is nowhere near as bad as most people claim he is. I think he is underrated. There has been slowly been a dwindling of Zilla hate since about, 2015 or something. But yeah, Zilla hasn't appeared in a movie for almost 20 years, and his debut movie was 25 years ago. I would personally really like to see Zilla in the Monsterverse. Okay, I'm getting way off topic. Zilla is not good, but he is also not horrible. So I think D tier is fair. I like him, but that can't save him from being pretty bad. Zilla Jr., on the other hand, is going straight to A tier. Not only is he incredibly cool, he also has a green atomic breath, which is entirely unique across the movie franchise. He's also got the strengths of Zilla, more combined with the strength of Godzilla. Essentially, if Godzilla was a ninja, it would be Zilla Jr. So I gotta put him in A tier, because he'd do decently against some of the other kaiju on this list. Specifically Heisei King Ghidorah, I feel like he'd be able to 1-2 punch that guy. Alright, and that's the Heisei era and the Zillas ranked. Now, next part, I believe, is the Millennium era. So stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!